Members of the Bar Association say they have never had to resort to this sort of action, but are fed up with the appalling working conditions at the courts and the repeated closure of the High Court Registry. The facility was closed last week following industrial action by employees concerned for their health. The association's president says these issues are affecting the efficient administration of justice and creating chaos in the system. Andy George says members will not stand by while the justice system suffers.
We can't carry out the duty for which we are charged to by the public, and it grossly affects the process of the administration of justice. But this protest also marks the working conditions in totality, the lack of security in the courts, the lack of toilet facilities, the lack of facilities for persons who are physically impaired, and it's a whole lot of things. So we want to make it known that we are tired of dealing with the lack of inadequate facilities and the closure of the registry.
George says the Bar Association was informed the High Court office and civil courts will be closed for 2 weeks due to unsafe working conditions. Employees there have engaged in various forms of action to protest what their bargaining agent, the Civil Service Association, says is a serious health and safety issue at the court. The union's Assistant General Secretary, Lilia August, says the lawyers' actions on Tuesday substantiate the workers' claims that the court building is unsafe.
Many years the CSA has been speaking out against the conditions at the registry, and the position we adopted last week, our position has been vindicated by the actions of the attorneys to address the outstanding the conditions that exist at the registry. It needs to be improved so that the process of justice can flow.
The closure of the registry and civil courts has led to the postponement of hearings in a system already struggling with a backlog of cases. Remy Henry is one citizen who was summoned to court on Wednesday, only to be told his case was postponed until further notice. He says citizens too are fed up with the inefficiencies of the justice system.
According to the document, if I'm not on time, action could be taken at my absence. And I've seated downstairs for an indefinite period. And when I observed the lawyers were marching around the building, I inquired and I met a lawyer friend and I inquired and he told me I should go home because there's no case today. Now the thing is, what I'm saying, they have my telephone contact. Whether it was on TV or not, I don't know whether it applies to me because they didn't indicate the names of the clients. And I'm here early and I left home very early based upon the weather. You know what, I'm here seated there ever since and nobody asking policemen upstairs, they can't even give information. So I decided to come downstairs when I saw the speaker and thing there, and they told me I should go home until such time.
The criminal assizes are scheduled to begin on September 21st, but George says the association will protest as long as necessary to get the government's attention. The High Court building was constructed in 1951. George says successive governments have made repairs to the structure, but it is clear the time has come for it to be demolished and replaced. He has a suggestion: tear down the building and use the money being paid for rent on various departments within the court to finance the construction of a new one. Alison Kentish, HTS News, Channel 4.